Hey everyone, my name is Ash. I'm the creative director at Steel City Interactive. So I'm here to give you all an update on how the character creator is shaping up to be in eSports Boxing Club. This is a work in progress, so there's still elements that need to be worked on. So just keep that in mind. So let's get to it. Okay, so this is the first page within the character creator. I'll take you through all the various options available. Let's start by giving this guy a name. So we'll call him Joshua. So we're using Josh's career mode right now. So Josh is one of our talented artists. Um, so we have to have nicknames, right? With boxing. So again, it's a work in progress. So we're going to have this list expanded. So let's go with Iceman. Age will be when you start your career mode. This will obviously impact um, things like your retirement as well. So we'll go with 18. So weight, we have divisions from flyweight through to heavyweight. Um, we'll put Joshua at 140 pounds. So welterweight. Um, the the super versions of the divisions will be included once the roster expands. So one of the aspects which is currently being worked on is around the scaling of each of these fighters. So that will be implemented shortly. Hometowns, again, it's just another aspect of something that we will be continually increasing as the games developed. It's not just a case of the text versions. We have to implement the ring announcers, commentary, etc. So that's something that again will be expanded upon release. Stances in terms of orthodox and southpaw are in, and the walking music. So the ring entrance music, we have a number of licensed tracks which people will be able to select as far as the walking music goes. So let's get to the actual changes that we can make to the faces. So I've never really been a fan of just having presets available. So whether there's just presets for eyes, nose, mouth, um, I prefer full customization. So we decided to go with both options within ESBC. So we really feel that expands the actual selection and the number of options that are available to players. So you will be able to select presets, but once you've selected those presets, you can then change and customize those individual presets, which I feel gives you the maximum amount of variations in terms of how fighters can look. So let's go ahead and change some of these options. So we're going to set his eyes in a little, I think. There we go. And again, the level of detail that we're wanting to put in, whether it's changing the inner shape of the eye or the outer shape, it's all about giving players that maximum amount of customization. And again, this is a work in progress, so expect some of these sliders to change, some more being put into the game, but this is where we are right now in terms of the number of options available. Again, eyebrows, we have a number of different shapes and sizes. We can then customize various aspects of the eyebrows. So we'll give him a little bit of a frown, change the actual position of his eyebrows and the rotation. So let's give him a bit of an angry look. Okay, so eyebrow cuts. Yeah, we're going to implement this feature shortly. So it's not complete yet, but again, it should give you an idea in terms of the level of detail we're going through. Okay, same with the presets in the nose shapes. in terms of how all this can be changed. So with regards to the character creator itself, we actually always had plans to launch this into Esports Boxing Club. However, we weren't initially planning to launch it as part of the early access launch. It was going to be an update further down the line. But we realized that the messages that we received from the community on a daily basis, in fact, in terms of character creator and what you guys would like to see, kind of essentially changed up our pipeline. So we've rejigged a few things around, and we've decided to launch character creator as part of the early access launch. So this is essentially why you're seeing this video. So we appreciate all the comments and feedback that we get on our social media channels, to our email, and it's amazing with the support that we're receiving. So yeah, essentially your voices are being heard, and we're a studio that puts our community as part of our decision-making process. And here you can see a first example of that taking place. Okay, so we've changed quite a few things within this character. Let's bring his chin out. Okay, his chin size I'm fairly comfortable with. Jaw height as well. Again, one of the aspects that we have to think about with what we're doing here is the realism that we're looking for. So on one hand, you have scanned fighters which look ultra realistic, almost lifelike. So that really changes up what's possible in the character creator, because what we can't do is have a system whereby the created characters do not look as good as a real life scanned fighter. Now that in itself is a pretty tall task, but the technology that's being used and the customization options that we now have, we're fairly close to achieving that goal, where our character creator would look as good as someone fighting a fighter who's been scanned. So if you're going to be up against, Josh Taylor or Conor Benn, we didn't want there to be a visual disparity between the two. So we're fairly pleased with how this is coming along. In terms of hair, so this is obviously an important part of the character creator suite. And in terms of hairstyles, we only have a few in right now, but we will be looking to increase and expand this, simply because, again, because we've really set the bar in terms of how the fighters look. We've got to find and create hair that really gives us that same level of quality. But again, keeping in line with being able to customize your character as much as possible, we weren't satisfied with just having preset hair, so different hairstyles. We want you to be able to change those hairstyles, so modify them essentially. So with this particular preset, I want to increase the flatness of this, so it's not as bouncy. So as I change this slider, you'll be able to actually see his hair and the individual follicles essentially changing. So now, even with that preset hairstyle, it looks pretty different now. Now that I've changed the flatness of the hair itself, and you can actually grow it out as well. So again, it's all about having a unique character in the game, so all the characters don't look the same with the hairstyles that they have. So again, we wanted to really expand on what's possible with that. So the hairstyles will be expanded as the game launches. Okay, same with the bodies in the game. There'll be various body shapes and sizes, obviously relative to the weight class that you select. The same goes with the waistline of the character. So you can have slim, trim looking fighters. right through to fighters that that aren't so trim. So again, the customizations there. So the skin tones were a really important part of what we were doing here. Again, because of everything that we're doing in ESBC and the standards that we're looking to set, a color wheel or just changing the color of the skin there wasn't going to cut it for us. So different races have different skins, so the skin texture would be different. So a white skin or a black skin doesn't look the same, removing the color aspect. So for us, it was about recreating that texture and scanning those different skin textures. So what we've got right now is a wide range of skin colors in there, but also the actual texture itself. So if I select this particular one here, and if I kind of zoom in, you can see that it isn't just a simple case of changing the color on the skin itself. The actual skin texture changes. So again, it's just part of the realism and our passion for creating a realistic boxing game. It does make things difficult considering the resources and size of our team, but we're making good progress and we're happy with what we have so far. Again, in line with that, changing some of the definition of each of the individual areas. So that again, all of this is a work in progress. Same for the leg muscles. This one, it changes the calves at the back. Okay, so going on to the actual clothing aspect. So all of this will be customizable in terms of colors. At the same time, we've got some really exciting announcements to make, which we'll be posting some information about later on. Essentially, we have some of the biggest glove manufacturers in the world that will be featuring in Esports Boxing Club. Not only that, they are creating an exclusive line of gloves that will only be available in the game. So essentially, you'll have some major manufacturers that will have some branded gloves in here, which will be available to your fighter. Again, as your career mode develops, some of these will be unlocked as you go on. At the same time, there's plenty of people that won't want to go through the whole creating individual components, so you can just randomize a whole bunch of stuff. The same goes with things like boots. We are in talks with a number of designers, which will essentially allow you to create your own unique style. So again, a lot of this is around customization in terms of what's available to each of the players. And the same thing goes with the shorts. We'll have a number of shorts available along with the fighters' shorts that they wear that we have licensed. So it's again all about customization options for the player. Or again, you can just randomize things if you don't want to spend time doing that. So another option that we have is the ability to upload and share your fighter across across different players. So if you create somebody, the fighter share will be built into early access, and as I mentioned, the randomized feature is also in here as a fighter. So you can see how the various fighters change. So I hope that gives you a good idea in terms of what to expect with regards to the character creator and the system. We'll be creating more development videos that are a work in progress. So as you're watching these, just obviously keep that in mind. This isn't the finished look. Again, it's just to give you an idea of how things are coming along. So keep an eye out on our social media channels. We'll be posting some more information soon. We've got some really exciting news coming along within the next week or two with regards to some new fighters that we have signed. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video and stay tuned.